You're listening to the Joint Sermons on the Push Media Podcast Network.
What do you think about these famous all-white parties? And by that I mean Justin Bieber, all white, being at these parties. Like, I don't know. I can't. I don't want to say something happened to Justin Bieber. I have no idea. But that dude's supposedly clammed up recently about everything and went inside. But we've all seen those videos with Usher and Puffy.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm starting to feel super bad for Justin Bieber.
Oh, yeah. Like, no, like there's
that
a
dude
video.
was like 10.
Well, Usher was like 10. I think Bieber was like 15 when it happened. And there's a video where he's like, yeah, we're going to wait for 48 hours. And it's like, what? And like, you can just see Justin Bieber like looking at him like, what? What is happening?
I am not comfortable. But do you think Kamala Harris went to an all-white party?
I think anybody that goes to an all-white party is suspect.
Why? It's racist?
No, because he wants to hang out in all-white
Are we talking
clothes.
about two different whites?
No, linen.
Oh, I don't see color, so I generally don't notice my color of my linens. But
Clearly.
Did you see all these celebrities deleting all their social media?
Yeah, they went hard on that, and then Usher was like, "Oh, I got hacked." It's like,
when one person does it, whatever, right? But
Yeah.
there's large groups, and you're all friends with P. Diddy. You guys all went to Umphreys together, and you know it.
Whoa. Listen, we can slander Diddy all we want, but there will be no fried chicken slander. None.
I slandered Umphreys, not fried chicken.
Sir.
No.
This aggression will not stand.
It did stand, didn't it?
It doesn't.
You take that on the chin, Mr. Forrest.
Nope.
Yep.
No.
Dude, you celebrated by taking the day off for Nathan Bedford Forrest.
This is completely untrue.
You took the day off in school, and that's true. Nathan Bedford Forrest. And you know what? Speaking of all white parties, I hear landscapers pulling up just in time for us to record.
Well, my squad's out in droves today just to annoy you.
So we're going to hope the noise cancellation works, the isolation works, and move on. If not, this is how it is in real life, folks. We are not in Apple Studios where everything's perfect, unfortunately. Can you imagine being in Apple Studios right now?
I would love to be in Apple Studios. Slow down, bud. Slow down. Take a deep breath.
Oh. Well, I'm supposed to take calm breaths because I had a heart attack. Thank you, but thanks for doing what's best for me once in a while.
And
Hey, you know what? I make sure after the heart attack that I eat healthy. Well, I eat less. I eat a lot less, but I try to eat healthy and make sure I have all my electrolytes. Like, the Lunchables from Mr. Beast. I know he's your buddy. KSI and Logan Paul.
Oh, God, it's like the triumvirate of assholes. Just scammers, grifters, crypto scams. Like
I thought you were going to call them the trifecta of scam, but
you know what? They deserve a little profanity.
But I'll tell you what. They know what they're doing.
Of course they do.
No, I mean, when they call sodium electrolytes, which, yes, it is. Yes, it is an electrolyte, but shut up. We all know what you're doing. Because electrolyte sounds like a healthy thing versus sodium. And it's in a kid's little, first of all, don't buy your kids that crap for school. Make them a healthy lunch. But
yeah,
you know darn well when you're like, hey, guys, let's call this an electrolyte. Yes, we're all on board. High five.
Yeah, exactly. They knew what they were doing. Like that was
you're
just
scamming. You're lying. You're a fraud.
Yeah. They're playing semantics, you know what I mean? And they can say, oh, we didn't realize that. It's like, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Yes, you did. You did it on purpose.
Exactly.
And shout out to Dr. Mike. And if you haven't listened to him, it's not like it's medical topics, clearly, but it's not like where you're like, is this two doctors talking and I don't have any idea what's going on? Sometimes it is, but you always know what's going on. He'll bring it down for you. Even if his guest doesn't, he lets them be. But he'll bring it down and explain it to you because he knows every listener didn't go to medical school, and why would you know those terms?
Right.
But he goes, let's be honest. Let's just go with facts and data. And that's what happens when you debate scientists. They're going to break out, facts and data. And not all data is good or all scientists are good. Like there's a lot of data scientists out there sending creepy, pictures and DMs, but that's another story. But he breaks it down and he's like this, that, this, and basically it's junk food.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And his point was, do not give this to your kids every day. Maybe don't at all, but it's a treat once in a while, just like a candy bar is a treat.
Right.
Or a cookie. Like, come on, use your
Well,
sense.
and I mean, they directly target kids with that. You know what I mean? Same thing with that
Sure.
garbage prime drink that Logan Paul and KSI had. And
All those kids love that, though. They love that.
I don't know, man. I'm completely baffled by like just those two in general. Like they have a track record of being the worst people, and parents are like, we should let this kid be a role model. You know what I mean? Or we should let my kid watch this. Like if you let your kid who's, like 10, 11, 12, 13, whatever, watch those guys, you're failing as a parent. Like,
You know what I didn't like? I've never watched a KSI video, so I don't know.
me neither.
But I will tell you, I've watched a few Mr. Beast videos with my son when he was starting to, want to see what it is and watch it. And he'd go, oh, look at this. They ram a train into a car. It's funny. Okay, let's see what this is. Okay, you went out and bought a Ferrari and then crashed it. Okay, it's your money.
I mean,
Fine.
I guess, yeah.
But man, you could really do some cool stuff with that money, like, help someone or just not waste it. But what I didn't like about Mr. Beast that makes me uncomfortable is he'll be like, I found 4 poor black families and then made them and gave them $10,000. Then you watch it. He's like, yo, do you want this $10,000? I see you're trying to put stuff on layaway at Walmart. Oh my God, really? Yeah, all you got to do is this. It's like, what?
Right.
I didn't like that.
It's like a Faustian deal. I have hated that dude off rip. I've been saying it. It's always poverty Olympics with him. And like I said, I called it with his show on Amazon.
Okay, first with the I called it. First with the I called it. Like, let's stop right there. That's white privilege.
Nope. No, I'm taking that victory lap. Okay.
Well, you know what? This is white on white crime. So go ahead and have your mayonnaise.
First of all, no mayo ever in this house, ever.
First of all, stop with the ridiculous. No, what are you out here eating dry sandwiches?
No, use mustard, honey mustard, or mustard, or hot sauce.
Disgusting. I don't like mustard. That's nasty.
Okay.
That's nasty. Let me throw this at you. I like a plain hot dog with just a stripe of ketchup on it.
See, that's you do like hot dogs.
Well, they're full of electrolytes.
Yes, they are full of electrolytes and big entrails, but whatever.
And you know what? And Mr. Beast will give you $10,000 if you could put 50 of them in your throat and swallow them, in 5 minutes. But this guy's they're grifters.
Yeah,
they make money. Clearly, I mean, I don't knock them making money or having a business, but they do take advantage of people. They're not just like, I'm a video game streamer or I review cars. Okay, whatever. Those are stupid. They're harmless, or whatever. They actually get the audience to participate.
Yeah.
And like these poor people try to find them. Like they're just punks.
Yeah.
But not to mention that his homeboy, the one who transitioned, who apparently had this whole history of being perv, to little boys. And he knew about it because he commented on it and made jokes about it on live streams. And it's like, you're a punk, dude. I don't care how close I am with you. If I find out you're all messaging little boys being a pervert about it, you're out.
Yeah, absolutely. It should have been a no-brainer. Like it doesn't matter.
And you might catch one to the chin because that's disgusting. I mean, I don't care if we were close since 3 years old. You're catching one. You can't do that.
No, absolutely not.
Especially in my brand, right? We're like, whoa.
I mean, brand regardless. You can be 2 broke homeboys and you find out one of them's a pedo. Like, dude, you're getting dumped on.
You're doing it on my platform as well. So it's like, you're not only that, you're being a deviant, making me look like a deviant on top of that.
Well, I mean, he's kind of complicit in it. You know what I mean? Like the fact
no, he knew. Not kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
he knew. And the
exactly.
rest of his friends knew.
Yeah.
What the hell?
There's just like a nonstop list of reasons why to hate those kinds of people. And like Mr. Beast is just a perfect example.
And then he's got healthy recently, physically and all that. And I understand the fitness arc, but he acts like this, like he's, Mr. Olympia or something. It's like, stop it. You just look in better shape now. You're not, if I look at you, I'm like, wow, dude. Whoa, what a transformation.
Right.
You're like 6'2" or whatever. You were skinny. You kind of maybe slightly had some pudge. Wasn't like the biggest.
Right.
Like he keeps taking that victory lap. Like he went from 400 to like 165 and slim and ripped. No, you didn't. Whatever. Who cares? And then you apparently made a joke about people who take those shots to lose weight. Who cares, dude? If that's the tool.
Ozempic?
I don't know which one they were talking about, but if the medical world has created something that can help people get off that and make their life better and healthier, shut up.
Yeah.
Use the tool. Use the tool. And now I will openly mock those people if they're taking the shot and eating bags of Doritos. I'm like, well, you're
Right.
fat.
Yeah.
You're a fat pig. You're disgusting.
And I mean, I think a lot of people just miss nutrition in general. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, every once in a while I'll splurge and do something, but man, I eat so much grilled chicken and vegetables. It's just like, I'm like, oh, what am I going to make with chicken tonight? You know what I mean?
My wife cooks healthy, like cooks healthy. And I don't really go out to eat anymore. Certainly not fast food or anything like that. But yes, I've had a slice of pizza or two, you know, literally a slice, like I get the slice. And if like, that's a treat. Okay, I could have that fatty. And my doctors and dietitians said so. The other, like that one slice ain't killing anybody. Just make sure it's a slice. It could even be two, depending on what it is. Well, here's the trick. You're supposed to have the pizzas without the meat on it because that's where all the sodium lies. So you have two cheese slices, which I'm like, all right, cool. But my wife cooks healthy. You know, we go out to this mom and pop Mexican restaurant, and it's so from scratch good. It's like, I just tell them I had a heart attack, no salt. Boom, it comes out. It tastes like there's no salt, but oh my God. Now I have to go there. But yeah, no, they push these things to kids. They're punks. Logan Paul, you reminded me of how he went to that suicide forest in Japan, which is just foul.
Well, he's disgusting for that. But I will say this: somebody actually called him out about this because you know he wrestles in WWE, and now Rey Mysterio's kid was on his podcast, and he was just trolling him because they had a show in Japan. And Dominic was like, can you go to Japan? And Logan Paul gets all defensive, and Dominic is just sitting there laughing hysterically.
Is he banned from Japan?
That's what he asked him. And he's like, oh, I'm not banned from Japan. Got like real defensive, real reactionary. And Dominic was like, yeah, because there's this and you could say he's about to say this forest, and like Logan Paul's co-host or whatever, like jumps in to stop it. But oh my God, like you could just see like that he was getting more and more pressed about it. And Dominic Mysterio was just going in on him.
That would have been an opportunity to be like, look, I was retarded and it wasn't funny.
He's never going to.
I'm sorry I did that. It was not funny.
Well, yeah. And then it was like, But
he's on the side of being a hypocrite, would you sleep in that forest by yourself with no flashlights for $1 million on the Mr. Beast video?
Oh God, no, because it'd just be disrespectful to the people that went there to take their lives. Like,
it'd also be creepy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but it's creepy. It's like, would you throw a party at a gravesite? You know what I mean? No,
yes,
like that's
I've
just
done
it's
that.
just
I'm
disrespectful.
Mexican, sir.
Oh, okay, you know what? That's true. You do that.
Whoa, watch your tone.
Oh. Well, there's a difference between like celebrating someone's life and throwing a party.
Siri, what year is it? Oh, it's 2024, and we're still making jokes about people's culture. And it's next month. Next month too, sir.
Oh, you know what? Hey, listen, what can I say? I guess I'm not as multicultural as I thought. Because as soon as I said that, I was like, ooh, you know what? I might be wrong there.
Did you get your Mexican blanket in your mom's trunk and go to Umphie's? Shout out to your mom though, because she's cool. You're not. You're just a Nathan Bedford Forrest celebrator with a Mexican Umphie's blanket in your car.
That's me. Yeah, that you know me. That is exactly my MO.
You know what would be hot though is a Mexican Buc-ee's blanket.
I don't get the appeal. Actually, I'm going to be in Texas.
Can you hear the white people outside with their leaf blowers?
No.
Wow. Use a rake though. Let's be honest. Let's stop being lazy.
Not at all.
What's wrong with Buc-ee's? There is
nothing. I haven't.
Absolutely not, sir.
Like it's just to me it's just weird. I don't know. I've never been to one, so I'm gonna be in Texas.
You know what? No, again,
next
white
week.
Privilege.
So
white privilege.
Yeah, because I've never been to
no, that you're giving an opinion on them and you've never been to one.
I thought you said you weren't supposed to correct white people.
No, I can correct you.
Oh, okay.
That's white trash. Sir.
Well, hey,
matter of fact, I was calling you sir out of politeness, but at this point, no. It's a derogatory term.
You know what?
But let's talk about grifters and stop picking on white people, and let's pick on a black person. Marquez Brownlee. Okay. Love his videos. He's a good reviewer. the way he does it. He's not like some super negative dude. He's mostly positive, but he's not like, this is the best thing ever in the whole entire world planet. This is God's given gift to the planet and his tech. He's not like that, neither like iJustine, who's just so fake. But he grifts like anybody successful YouTuber. And that's the thing is I don't knock him for being so successful. He did that on his own. He started as a kid making his own videos and he grew it and made it. But he has 20 million, 22 million followers on YouTube, subscribers. And he chooses to make a wallpaper app that charges people $50 a year.
Wait, 50 American dollars?
Yes, $50 a year as well. That's for the HD versions, but you can get a free standard version of wallpaper, which means fuzzy. If you watch 2 videos, but the Apple's App Store will tell you when you go to download an app, here's all the information it wants from you. Dude, he's clearly selling data. You're not collecting that data to not use it. He's checked every box for what you could track. They might as well be a Facebook app listing. It's pathetic.
I'm sorry.
And he's getting blasted online and in his own subreddit. They're absolutely all over him for it.
Well, I mean, is it really that serious? I mean, look, I like customizing my tech, you know what I mean? But I don't, why would I pay money for like that? It makes no sense to me. It's like, explain it to me like I'm 5. Like, why would I pay $50 a year to get pictures
because
for my
you're
phone?
a groupie of his. Dude, the guy made shoes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
With Adams, the shoe company Adams, he made shoes. They look like Keds, leather wrapped Keds. Like they're stupid. And then if you watch actual reviews from people that do shoes, they'll be like, "Oh, this is not comfortable. This is that. You know, it's stylish with your jeans and a nice sports coat. Okay, whatever, maybe." But then people are like, these were kind of hard and stiff for most of the day. But then you watch all the tech YouTubers we sent prayers to. They're like, "Oh my God, these are so comfortable." One person even said, "This is going to give Nike a run for their money."
No,
it's not.
Shut up. That's probably the biggest lie ever told. No shoe company.
I don't even like Nike shoes. No, I don't dislike them. My feet fit New Balance better. So, but you're not going to sit there and tell me you're going to give Nike a run. New Balance isn't giving Nike a run for their money.
No one's giving Nike a run for their money. They have a stranglehold.
Not until the owner of Nike comes out in defense of Nathan Bedford Forrest. Is anyone giving him a run for the money?
You know what? It wouldn't even matter. It wouldn't even matter if they did. The Jordan's, Dunks, everything, LeBron's, Kobe's, all that. Like you're never getting out from underneath the foot of Nike being like just the industry standard when it comes to shoes. Period. You're not.
And if you're being fair though, they're not. They while they may be stylish and people like them, their tech they go into shoes and developing a shoe so your foot lands correctly and this and that, and they're not joking. Those people are serious. They're about as serious as the sole of their shoe, for the sole of their shoe, as Apple is when they're like, we just made AirPods and it took us 4 years in this special lab that cost $48 billion to be in. And that's why they sound the best. You know what I mean? I mean, you just got AirPods. You understand that. It's like,
oh yeah, no, they're witchcraft, dude. Like the first time I put them in my ear, I was like, what the hell is going on? Because you could just hear like all the ambient noise just get sucked out. And I could still hear an ambient noise. I was like,
of course, yeah.
And it was because I didn't realize. I was like, oh man, am I gonna get this much like crackle? And then as soon as I turned on music, it just was like, oh, okay, now I get it. That's why I hit you up and I was like, what in God's name is this doing?
I told you.
And that's just with my Android. So like whenever I get my iPhone at the end of this month, like I'm hella stoked to get on Apple Music.
When you fire it up when you set them up and you have all the features enabled, like head tracking and all that stuff, if you like it. But when you get to Apple Music and it says Apple Digital Mastered or Mastered for Apple Music, and then you put those on, you're gonna be like, oh crap, like it's just different. I don't care what anyone says.
Well, and it's crazy too, because I was talking to one of my other friends that is a mastering engineer, and he told me, he's like, oh, they're great for like, it's kind of replacing the car test, because I went through and listened to some of the songs that I've been working on, and I was just like, oh, okay, this sounds really good, or oh, okay, I need to go back and change that because now I'm hearing things I wasn't hearing when I was using the cans that I used to master, or when I was hearing it through my speakers. And it's insane, like how good the quality of the sound is on those things. So
It's very insane.
shout
See,
out Apple.
exactly. And also, I say shout out to them because of that, because they're AirPods, meaning they're just AirPods. They're just earbuds, right? That's all they are. They're earbuds. No one said, hey, these are what you master Star Wars with or the next
Right.
Dr. Dre album. No one said that. But their level of sound quality is insane.
Yeah.
But then you have these YouTubers who are just disingenuous, and they're like, I tested out the new AirPods or this or any name a brand, and while this and then I'm like, oh dear God, like that is not the audience for these devices. These are meant for
Right.
everyday people to put in. They're wireless. They last a long time. They sound great. You can make your calls on it. Shut up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people always try to make something that it's not. You know what I mean?
These YouTubers don't know what they're talking about.
Well, exactly, and they try to find a reason to blast them. You know what I mean? So then they come up with these these hypotheticals where it's like no one's using it for that. Like, why would you even make that comparison?
There's one YouTuber, Quinn Nelson, out of Salt Lake City, a little smug. He's clearly a very, very bright man, very smart. This is not a dummy, but I find him to be a little negative, and he calls himself an audiophile, but he never calls himself an audio engineer.
Well,
and to me, I'm like, the audio engineer part is the part I'm interested in. If you were an audio engineer making the same criticism, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
But you're just a guy who's, quote, an audiophile. And then when he brags about being an audiophile, he's mostly bragging about, look at these speakers from 1972 analog that I purchased. Great. I like analog and I love analog, but so what?
Yeah.
I'm not comparing speakers from 1972 to earbuds in 2024.
Well, and
this is stupid.
I know real audio engineers. My best friend is an audio engineer, and that fool went to Berkeley. You know what I mean? Like, he knows what he's talking about. Like, we talk about music together. He'll be like, you got to do this, this, and this, and cut this frequency and do this. And I'm just like, slow down. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no, there is a difference.
Like, he did audio gear reviews and used to get stuff all the time. And all of his reviews are based on half of what I bought. You know what I mean? Because I know this fool knows what he's talking about. And I mean, the mic that I'm using now was the one that he did a review on. And I was like, yeah, the only downside of it is I got to crank the gain a little bit. He's like, you didn't watch the full review, did you? And I was like, no. He's like, yeah, because that's exactly what I said at the end. Thanks.
But see, that's something that Quinn won't say. He'll just say, the mids sound crispy and the lows sound a little like, shut up.
Yeah,
when you're reviewing a consumer device, and I mean that by meaning for the masses. Okay, for the masses. These are not set of cans you put on and you're like I said, I'm gonna master the new Eminem album now. No, that's not what these are. They sound great, and they probably don't sound nearly good as those. So stop it. But when you're doing it for the master, you say, look, I put on these earpods. I had a Zoom call with them. I did some phone calls. I listened to music while I jogged.
Day-to-day stuff.
These things sound fantastic.
Exactly.
And they'll last you 5 years, and they're only $200.
Yeah.
That's what you say. But this is the same disingenuous thing that I find, and I don't want to be an Apple fanboy. I am a fan of Apple, and I do have my criticism of them. But I don't want to be a fanboy. But these same YouTubers, so I'm reviewing the iPhone 16 here, and I don't know, after a week, I think I'm going to return it now. Ooh, it's just not much of an upgrade. You mean from your 11 and a half months ago?
Yeah.
Of course it's not.
Exactly. I mean, unless it was some giant development, no, that's why. I mean, I bought a 15 Pro. Like I looked at the 16, I looked at the 15, and I was like, nah.
And you saved probably $1,000.
Easily. Yeah.
But my thing is just like I bought a car in March, and I'm finding out that next month the new version of it comes out. And when you look at what's different, nothing. There's like a trim thing or something they changed. But we gonna go update for that? And it was available in some newer color. I'm like, oh, that looks hot. I would never go out and buy a new car because that color. I would just go paint the car.
No. Yeah.
But these people, they bought the new Ultra Watch, the Ultra 2, which isn't new. It's literally the exact same as the Ultra 2 from last year, but now it comes in black. And then this one YouTuber, he bought every phone, every case, and the watch because it's black, his admission, and then goes, yeah, it's just not much of a difference. I'm going to return it. But you bought it because it was black.
Yeah. What
did you think was different?
Yeah, that's just super disingenuous and also just stupid and
it's a waste.
Yeah, why would I like just overconsumption for the sake of what your YouTube
You know
channel?
what it was? It's because he's not invited to the Apple events, his
Um,
admission, and he doesn't get review, and it's from them, and so he doesn't want to be late. But shout out to Aaron Zolo of Zolotech, because that dude's like, yep, my review is going to be a little late because I had to order mine. It'll be here in 8 days. Shout out to you, paying money to review your own unit. And then as people ask him, what do you do with all those? He goes, I give them to family. He doesn't
yeah.
take them back.
Yeah, like taking them back, it's like from what you told me about that certain YouTuber, like he's making like 30 racks a month. Like if you're making 30 racks a month and you're returning tech that you bought, like first of
But
all,
I don't care how much you make. If you're buying it with every intent of, I'll be back in 3 days, fellas, to give you all this back, it's a waste.
yeah, well, and I mean, also, I'm sure he has an LLC. It's a business expense. Just write it off, dude. Like, what? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that just seems to me like just so disingenuous and so grifty that it's like,
It
why
is
even
grifty.
bother then?
It is. It's awful. I don't
just
know why. I can't stand it. I seen another one too, who said, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago, it's almost 1 year for the iPhone 15. So those of you that have an iPhone 15, you have about 2 weeks to take advantage of your warranty. Like he's encouraging like to make up reasons to go get a free
Yeah.
new up. Like what? And then someone's like, yeah, same thing. If you had an iPhone 14, the 2 year Apple Care, which is the standard length, people buy it 2 years, is going to run out. You know, if you drop your phone today, you'll get a new one tomorrow. It's like, dude, that's insurance fraud, but also the character of these YouTubers, they don't have any character. They don't have any integrity.
Yeah.
They're grifters and scammers the bigger they get.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I don't know. I guess I just like aged out of some of the YouTube stuff. I mean, there's a couple of YouTubers I watch, but mostly it's like just like tech like stuff when it comes to like different drum machines. There's a couple of guys in the UK that are really good with their programming of certain drum machines
I
like the
watch
SP.
guys going overlanding, you know, driving out in the woods and all
Of
in
course.
the mountains. I watch hikers and I watch fitness smartwatches. I'll tell you what the difference is. The guys that focus only on fitness watches, like wearables, are so different than the people who review phones. Because they're like, okay,
yeah.
here's my review of the new fitness watch that came out. So I went on a 30-mile hike 3 times over 10 days and went to the gym. And then they're showing charts and data comparisons of heart rates with EKG machines and chest straps. And I'm like, wow, that's so much better. You never see that. You know, one of the things too with this new phone, the iPhone, is the modem is upgraded, and people are getting like 1,200 megabytes down, 1,600 or gigabytes down, like true gig
Yeah, that's crazy.
speeds. I'm like, if you know what you're talking about, talk about that. Why don't you
Yeah.
show me? Hey guys, you want to see an upgrade if you need it? Boom.
Well,
And
that's the
you're
difference
covered.
between like people that are just fanboying out and people that actually want information. You know what I mean?
I
Like
think a
that's
lot want to be Marquez, and they're not going to be, but they also want to maybe find ways to have excuses to buy things. That's my thought. I think
Yeah.
they want to just, I bought all the phones, yay, huh? And they suck.
yeah.
It's awful. But I'm not
Yeah.
paying, I will never pay for a wallpaper. First of all, you can stop
Yeah.
that.
I mean, first of all, just make your own. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand.
How
I
about
don't
this?
know.
How many image generators exist at this point where certainly these people are just making their own?
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. Like, my wallpaper on my phone is just a picture of you. So it's
Aw.
yeah, big old Mexican dad mustache looks great.
First of all, the constant references to the Mexican dad mustaches is a bit homoerotic.
I mean, hey, it's
When's the last time
2024,
you've been
baby.
to REI?
I've been to REI exactly once to buy a jacket, and that's it.
First of all, shout out to Patagonia Nano Puff. That's all I'm about to say.
Now, let's talk about homoerotic. The nano puff, huh?
The Patagonia Nano
That
Puff.
sounds like a slur, but I'll allow it.
No, those things. Yeah,
Oh, Patagonia is good. They're just
no,
hella
you
expensive.
fill the coat with your hand, and you're like, oh, this is kind of thin. Nah, this ain't it. Then you put it on, you're like, oh, yeah. Like you're all of a sudden a Pillsbury muffin in the oven. It feels so good. And then it rolls up real tight into its own little pocket. Like it's only like the little size of a cell phone.
Yeah.
But they're waterproof, they're clear, it's all recyclable, made from recyclable material.
Yeah, and they have a lifetime warranty too. Like
Yes, so
Patagonia is no
forever.
joke.
They're forever coats. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna drop $250, but then you're like, I got me
Yeah,
a
that's
coat.
worth it. No,
Absolutely.
I'm a
What
North
I
Face
like too
guy,
is
so
how they're thin. They're thin.
yeah.
So you're not like the kid on, on the Christmas story, his arms sticking out. Like people from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah,
pretty
glad you
much.
agree. Do you guys wear coats in Nathan Bedford Forest Land?
Shut up.
No coats when you get to Humphreys. You wouldn't want any grease on them.
Well, hey, you know what? First of all, grease is going to happen. But no, you know what? I don't really have heavy jackets since I moved out here. Like I got a North Face that's Gore-Tex and I love it. And it's same thing. It's real thin, waterproof. I love it. And that's the only time I've been to REI because it was like a $300 jacket that was on sale for like 160 because it was the year before model.
Because
Like,
it was returned?
say less. No, it was brand
Because
new.
REI has a generous return policy.
No, they do, but it was brand new. They were just clearancing them, and I was like, perfect. I didn't really want to spend 300.
There's a REI subreddit, and people post because when you have a return tag on them, they'll tell you why it was returned. They just write up, boom, right on there. And the people are posting the funny ones they find or the ridiculous returns.
Oh, I'm sure.
I wore it for 4 years, I didn't like it, and I'm thinking like, who even gave you that return? I wouldn't know. You could leave. But one said, my husband said I look fat in it, which was hilarious.
Did it also say, and now I'm divorced?
I first of all, I wouldn't have said that to the store.
Well, hey.
But whatever. Anyway, that's all we have for this week because we're boring.
Yeah.
Keep subscribing to us. So we're finding out that YouTube is the place to be seen.
Clearly.
Well, you can't see us on YouTube because, well, we go to Umphreys and we can't afford any cameras. So, but you can listen to YouTube or Apple Podcasts, and if you're a pervert, Spotify. Well, think about it. They're socialists. Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
They are
Noted socialist. Like, look at Spotify's payout rate.
They are a hair from being communists.
Yeah, they're really good about equally distributing the wealth.
See, that's your fantasy. That's not true in communism. That has never happened in communism. Communism and socialism has done nothing but kill hundreds of millions of people. Cut. Does that work?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that works. You just gonna let me leave that there, hanging there, and nothing to say, commie?
Oh, I mean, you're entitled to be wrong.
First of all, I'm entitled to be right because no country has ever succeeded or prospered under communism.
Blah,
And cut.
blah.
Well, it's true. Name one. Name it. Go here.
Name a country. There's plenty of countries that have done things.
You're going to
socialism.
redefine. You're going to redefine.
No,
that's
not at
why.
all.
That's why I didn't talk about Israel because it was very anti-Semitic. All that stuff you're saying. I don't want that out on the podcast. And cut.
Oh, okay. I'm anti-Semitic. Okay.
Oh, tell me that.
Sure.
Tell me real quick. I stopped recording. That time you said the N-word in high school in Nashville?
No,
And cut.
I didn't go to Nashville.
I don't understand.
That's probably because it's ESL.
I'll give you $10,000. I'll give you $10,000. I'll give you $10,000.
No.
Hey, Steven Robles, you're supposed to cut scene, not pause video. You
Oh God, dude.
mature bastard.
What? You can pause video when you're recording. What? Who has he ever even looked at how movies are shot?
But
and
here's
cut?
the thing. I don't care if there's a pause button because the average person's fine. Any professional who he's supposed to be, cut scene, next. You know why? Because he edits with an iPad app and not even a real DAW, like a weird, I don't even know what it's called. But then he also this is also the same guy who mocked a, quote, very successful YouTuber with 5 times as many subscribers as him, who makes a couple $100,000 a year because he edits in iMovie.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
Just
if it works, use it. I hate that. I hate
I don't
that.
care. I don't care if you do it on your
that.
phone. Go for
Listen,
it.
Madlib makes beats with an iPad. Do they slap? Absolutely. Who cares?
I don't care what the tool is. I just don't care.
I don't care if you use a piece of tin foil and a condenser mic. If it hits, it hits.
Well, it's like if you go to a restaurant and they're like, "How was the dinner?" It was fantastic. What kind of spatula did you flip this with? What?
Exactly. I'm going to need to know which brand of cutlery you're using.
Like it's bizarre. Or, hey, I fixed your flat tire for you. Oh, thank you so much. By the way, it's just so more comfortable. The jack you use, what brand was it? Like it's so stupid.
What impact driver did you use to get those nuts off?
That's pause.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was waiting for it. You
No,
just
I was waiting
couldn't
for it.
stop yourself.
All right, I'm gonna go now. You're disgusting.
You're cute. You're cute when you get upset.
I'm going to Umphreys.